30 at the 31-yard line. And bordering on dyspepsia, this fellow, Dan Fouts, who was the Oregon quarterback here in 70, 71, and 72 when Jerry Fry had succeeded Lynn Casanova as the head coach here in Eugene. You really do look like you're not happy.
Well, you know, Ducks have been ahead for a long time. I've been waiting to come on 10-0, and now it's 14-10. You bring me on. What's the deal?
I'll look at those pictures. We know now why you wear that beard.
That wasn't me. That was a stranger there.
Are you having any fun over there in the big cities?
Yeah, we are. We're having a lot of fun. We've had great games last year, and the big thing is that's the key, is you have exciting games and exciting venues such as this today.
What do you think about the Ducks so far?
Well, I think they're going a little bit too much to the lateral side of the field instead of attacking the Badgers straight up the middle. Maybe they're trying to wear out some of those big guys up front, but you know, Tim had it right. I mean, Wisconsin right now has taken this game over.
You know what surprises me? This is a game, Dan, that Oregon has looked forward to since last year because they felt it was the Wisconsin loss that took them out of the Rose Bowl. And it was Wisconsin that came from behind last year. They're dominating here in the second half.
Wisconsin's showing me a lot because, you know, Keith, the last time I saw a college football game was, if you will.
We're visiting with an old friend and the man from Monday Night Football, Dan Fouts. Harrington's pass is completed, and it will be to Keenan Howry, just enough for a first down, up to about the 42-yard line.
Just as we say that, that's a big-time play there. Bought some time, stepped up in the pocket, threw a nice pass for the first.
There's room for him there, though, Tim. There's room in the middle.
Oregon does so much of moving the pocket from side to side. When they do just go back and set up, this ball thrown on rhythm. You can see how Howry came back to it nicely, turned up and picked up the first down. Go Ducks!
Yes, we admit to Western bias here.
My pom-poms gave me away, huh?
On first down from the 42.
You are a piece of work.
Reach by Maurice Morris. And on September 10, we've got the premiere of that program you're involved with, Daniel. The premiere of ABC's Monday Night Football. You got the Giants and the Broncos at the new house in Denver.
Yeah, and the big question for Denver, who will be the running back? Will it be Terrell Davis, Landis Gary, or Mike Anderson? And for the Giants, which team's going to show up? The one that killed Minnesota in the playoffs, or the one that got smashed by Baltimore, not only in the Super Bowl, but last week?
On second down and 8, Ducks stay with the running game, and there's not much there. They just haven't been able to run the ball effectively in the middle against Wisconsin. So they're looking at third down and long again.
Well, with that said, too, I'm surprised, and Dan, I'll refer to you or defer to you, but 4 carries, 2 yards for Morris in that first half surprised me that they kept him that inactive.
There's no question. I think they had a lot of success. They wanted to show Wisconsin a lot of offense, end arounds, reverses, screen passes to wide receivers. But the bread and butter, if you will, Tim, the straight-ahead running game has just not been there.
14-10, Wisconsin leading here in the third quarter at 9:45 to go in the third period. Bullet completed. Ball came out. He was down. He was down. Sammy Parker finally gets a hold of one. Parker's been rounding off his pattern some tonight, and he hasn't been effective.
You know, I don't think he had time to round it off. Excuse me, Tim.
No.
Keith, you called it a bullet. Man, this was his best throw of the day, I think.
Absolutely. They brought pressure off the edge. He just stepped up and threw a strike. You talk about throwing in rhythm on time. He was right there. Well, look at this.
He's changed his release, too, you know.
A lot more compact.
Dropping it down, He's got it up above.
The only guy that could drop it down and throw it like that was Sonny Jurgensen. You remember him, Keith, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I do. Even going back to Duke. Harrington still got it. And taken down by Grayson. Grayson, the linebacker, tracked him down. The loss is back to the 40-yard line. And you don't want to see that. There's a loss of 7 yards on the play. And I think that's probably the second time in a ball game he may have either missed a handoff. It looked like he missed it.
Second down, 17.
Talking about Jergy, I saw Jergy one time complete a pass to Charlie Taylor behind his back. He was being pressured and pulled down and just threw it behind his back, and Charlie made the catch.
Well, Sonny never did believe in that book, that form stuff.
He had his own book.
He did. 40-yard line, second down, 17. Straight back. plenty of time. High and behind him. Missed Willis. Biggest play in the ball game so far, probably 4th and 19, and they roughed the kicker down there.
You know, you guys were talking about how he's changed his motion. Watch on the left. This is from last year. Watch how he gooses the ball, takes it down below his hip. It got him into a lot of problems. He wasn't releasing it quickly enough and had that one blocked. If you look at the right, Dan, you know this. That's how you threw it right off your ear. Quicker release, as you mentioned, more compact.
Yeah, every second counts. Every millisecond counts in that pocket, especially now with this pass rush that the Badgers can bring.
Howry's down at the bottom of the picture. Harrington rolls the other way looking for him. Clogged up down the middle. Found him. Found Willis. And that's the first down. First down at the 13-yard line.
By far, Harrington's best drive of the afternoon. Definite strike, and they gave him plenty of time. They dragged the receiver all the way across the field and crossed him deep. Look at him looking, and just throws a strike. He's throwing with more velocity now. He looks like he's setting better, and he's just releasing it strong.
And I think they're doing a good job of moving him. That was a half roll to the right side, the wide side of the field, and then threw it back to the short side. That'll make his receivers really happy.
Ontario Smith gets a carry. And he's in there for a couple of yards as we're off to New York and John Saunders.
Keith, in the Coors Light update, USC Sultan McCullough facing San Jose State. 35 yards on this touchdown run, 25 carries, 167 yards, and all 3 touchdowns for McCullough. That one made it 14-0. They win it 21-10. Keith.
Pretty good ball game.
I'll tell you this, Pete Carroll gets him going over there at USC. That'll turn up the heat a little bit on Bob Toledo to get his guys going.
Second down and 8. Back this way, Peelle, touchdown, second of the day. Dan Fouts is smiling again.
I've got to tell you something. That is one of the hardest plays to defend in football. Penn State used to run that 8-10 times a game. You roll one side, you drag the tight end all the way across to the backside and just throw back to him. Nobody picked him up.
I remember Brian Greasy doing a lot of that at Michigan with Jeremy Tooman, his great tight end, rolling out one way and throwing it across the field against the grain. That's as wide open as you'll ever see anybody.
So Jason Willis is having a big ball game. Jared Siegel is in for the extra point try.
You guys are pretty good, this 3-man thing. You're not
like
using
this.
enough weird words and sayings, Tim.
Kick is good. Well, it's always fun to see you.
Boy, isn't that the truth?
And we hope life goes good. And when you get painting all done, all chores done at your new beach house, I'll come see you.
All right, great to be with you, Keith.
Thanks for giving me the seat.
Tim. Go Ducks.
All the best.
See you, Danny.